What's happening, folks? A shout going out to my fellow Martians.
Okay.
Should I say that? My fellow Martians? I'm always asking if it's everything the right thing to say. Because, you know, she makes funny faces when I say something.
I do, don't I?
When I say something, your face go, or something like that.
Yeah, I've always been told that I couldn't hide anything because I talk with my face.
Yeah. So,
my expressions tell it all.
Right. So, hello.
Hello there.
Welcome to season 5.
So then, welcome you fellow. Is it fellow? If it's a Venetian?
Fellowettes, I guess. I don't know.
Hey, ladies.
Yeah.
Venetian.
Ladies. Can we do it for the fellas?
Hell no.
That's not even how it go.
Oh.
You're supposed to say, oh my.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Look, that I don't remember, right? Okay.
We telling our age, you know.
You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Anyway, hello, folks. Welcome to Venus and Mars. Rorree represents Venus.
I'm Rorree.
Ain't she lovely today?
Thank you.
And I represent Mars, and we talk about. Normally, I'm gonna let Rorree explain what we're doing on this particular episode.
Yeah, we're doing something a little different today.
And why are we doing it?
Well, Rorree, she has been very busy lately. I have been working on so much stuff recently, just juggling a lot, and I cannot find the Venus and Mars cards. I don't know what the heck I did with them the other day. So I found a Venus and Mars book, Venus and Mars Together Forever by John Gray. And so I was like, all right, Kato, while I look for these cards, let's find something in this book. Because I don't know if the cards are at home, in the car. I don't think they're not in the car. I don't know where they are. I just have to look for the cards.
Just you and me.
I stuck them somewhere.
Oh, how happy.
So anyway, so this is going to be a little bit different. So we go over scenarios of what, for this episode, we're going to go over what she says and then what he says. So we're going to talk about what the woman says and what the man says, and then what they really mean or what they really hear when they're saying whatever to the other, you know, because, you know, like, we're from Mars and Venus. So I might say, hey, what's up? And he might be hearing, ooh.
Yeah. He might hear like,
she like me.
Yeah.
You know, saying, I just saying hi.
Yeah.
You know, so it kind of goes through that.
How we sometimes can misinterpret each other.
Exactly.
You know?
So it's still based on the communication of the Venetian and the Martian. And we will still go through the little skits and explain and just have a little conversation.
Break it down. Like, for example, this particular scenario is a situation where there's a couple and she's already home. He comes home from work. And it basically starts from there. Little conversation as he first come in the house. Some kind of things that can kind of happen and how quickly we can misunderstand each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We can say one thing but meaning something else.
Right. And this little scenario has definitely happened in my life. Has it happened in yours?
I'm sure it has.
Yeah, so this scenario here, you probably could relate to it.
Right. And
so anyway, so we'll just get started. Okay. So how do we want to do it? Just go over the scenario and break it down? Or you want to go over piece by piece?
Well, basically, we're going to... Okay, let's go ahead into the conversation.
Okay, so we're just going to do the conversation with you really quickly. Yes.
Okay.
And then we'll break it down.
Then we'll break it down. Okay, so basically, I'm coming in the house.
Okay, so he's coming in the house.
All right.
All right. Hey, how was your day?
Fine.
Okay. Well, let's talk. I'm interested in your day. I hope you're interested in mine, too.
No, that's not the one.
Oh, shoot.
You broke it down.
I screwed up. Okay.
No, it's ain't screwed. Just, you know, I mean, we're getting our acting chops together.
Okay. So how was your day? Okay.
Action, take 2.
Okay, take 2.
Boom.
Want to start back up here?
No, just start right there.
Okay. Mm-hmm. How did your meeting go with your client?
It was okay.
Well, did they like your proposal?
Yes.
What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong.
I could tell something wrong. What is it?
And he says nothing. He just walks away. That's a strange scene.
And this is probably the look I would give him, like, okay. The hell wrong with him?
He's acting kind of...
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure this has happened. I mean, and you ladies, we would think that there was something wrong with them, right? But we're going to break it down as to what we're thinking or what we're really meaning by what we're saying. So, when the woman says, how was your day? What she really means, like what I said before, was, let's talk. I'm interested in your day. I hope you're interested in mine too. You know, I kind of want you to say, oh, it was great. I did this, and how was your day? And then I could tell you everything. I could tell you everything that went on today. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's like what I mean, right? But when he says...
when he gave a short answer, basically just saying, fine, that's it, nothing else. What he really means in this particular situation, what this guy means is, I'm giving you a short answer because I need some time alone. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? We did an episode before, and I know we talked about greeting your mate. Like, how do you greet your mate when they come home, or what do you do when your mate comes home, or whatever? Right. And one of the things we talked about was that when men come home, they need a moment to just woosah, decompress, release the stress of the day, whatever the case may be. But they don't necessarily want to be greeted with, hey, babe, how you doing? And then 5,000 questions. They're like, oh my God. I mean, because you know what? They might have had to deal with 5,000 questions while they were at work or whatever, or had to handle so much. And now they drove home. They might have had to deal with traffic or whatever, and now they just want to woosah, and we all on them like white on rice. But we have been anxious all day to talk to you and to share with you all the great things, or not so great, that happened through the day. And so we excited as hell. And then you had something going on, you know. We want to know, how was your day, dude? How'd it go? You know. So, but we do need to give them a moment, give them a breather when they get home.
Okay. I mean, you're giving the lady pointers, and I'm going to give fellas pointers on the same exact thing. Sometimes put your guards in. I know maybe you probably come home, you've been dealing with the traffic. If she's working, she deal with traffic too, most likely, depending on the situations. And you may have been bombarded with all kinds of questions and stuff at work. But when you come home, keep in mind, this is actually the person, whether you realize it or not, that you want to bombard you. You know what I'm saying? That you want to be there when you walk in that door smiling and say, we're all in our places with sunshiny faces and all that kind of stuff. So kind of remember, sometimes we may forget that because, you know, being ornery. But so it may seem like it's whatever it is, but it really isn't, you know, in many, many cases.
Okay. So, you know, so now let's go to the next one. When she said, how did your meeting go? What she was really meaning was, I'll keep asking you questions so you know that I really care and I'm interested in your day, and I hope you'll be interested in mine too. I have a lot to say. So she's asking all these questions because women feel like when you ask us that you care. But you see, he ain't asked us not one time, right? So we're thinking you don't care, but we're showing you more how much we care because we kind of want you to mirror that and do that back to us. But we're missing the point. We're acting like women and they're acting like men. So we have to receive that because we can't make a man be a woman. You know, we can only work with each other and try to understand each other. So we can't impose our values and our belief systems on the fellas, you know? Right. So anyway, so now...
react different ways.
Exactly.
So to her basically asking how did they go with the meeting with the clients, he says his response to that is, it was okay. It was okay. It was all right. It was okay.
But what he really mean?
But what he really mean is, I'm trying to be polite and not reject you, but would you stop bothering me with these questions with more questions. So he's saying it was okay. I'm trying to be polite, but I'm not interested in answering any more questions now. Would you please stop bothering with that?
Exactly. And sometimes, ladies, we have to listen to their tone of voice. We have to listen to the fact that they're giving us a one-line answer, a one-word answer. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know sometimes I would just be like, so do you want to talk about that later? Because I really want to hear about it, but it sounds like you just need some time to yourself. You want to talk about it later? That's what I would do before I end up making myself have my own feelings hurt, you know.
Right.
So I would kind of nip that in the bud because I pay attention to when I'm getting a one-liner or one sentence, right. You know. Because getting your feelings hurt, I'd rather head that off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
So she says, did they like your proposal? What she really means is, I suppose you must, I suppose it must be hard to talk about. So I'll ask a more neutral question to get us started. Wait a minute. Okay, if you don't open up right away, I'm here for you and I'm interested. I love you. So that's what she meant by, did they like your proposal? She's kind of like probing, trying to see, well, which way can I ask this question to get some results, you know? Because he don't seem to be responding to the question. But anyway, she was off the mark. And then he says what? And what does he mean?
To all of that, he says just a plain old yes. Like, yes.
But what did he mean by that?
And in that, what he meant is, because he gave that real short answer. That's short and precise. He's saying, look, I don't want to talk right now. Would you just leave me alone, please? You're bugging me. Can't you see I want to be alone? If I wanted to talk, I would talk. And that's true. If he wanted to talk, he would have said from the very beginning, he'd have gave you the whole scenario.
Right.
But he gave short answers. So that third time he gave that short answer, he's basically saying, look, shorty, all right, look, I said what I said.
And you know what? Sometimes when I get too much of that kind of short stuff, I find myself, I won't ask anything. Mm-hmm. And like, if you want to, I might say, how was your day? And if I get that little one thing, and then I might say, so any interesting stories from today? No. Oh, okay. And then I just leave it alone, you know, because obviously you don't want to talk, so I'm not even going to keep going there. And then sometimes I just let you talk when you're ready to talk. And I might not even ask you because sometimes it doesn't feel so good when you ask a person and they don't give you anything back, or they give you this one liner or one short answer and it just don't feel good inside. Like, because I feel I feel the energy behind the words. So I don't like how it feels. So I would refrain from even asking. That's just me if I'm getting too much of that. Okay? Right. That's just me.
Next, she says,
well, what's wrong? Because it sounds like something wrong. You know what I'm saying? What she really means is, I see that something happened that is upsetting you. And what she don't realize is what happened was her mouth, okay? Right. Her asking all the questions. You can talk to me. Come on. I will listen. I care. I'm sure that by talking about it, you will feel better. And I was speaking with a young lady today about it because she said the same thing that this woman said. By talking about it, he would just feel so much better. And I'm like, girl, no, you feel better by talking about it. That's not how they feel, okay? That's a woman. He's a man.
Right.
He don't necessarily feel better by talking about it, especially since he wasn't really upset about nothing, you know. But a man might feel better by working out, by going to do karate, martial arts, going to run around the block, you know, vegging out on a video game. You know, that might make a man feel better. But a woman want to talk about it. That's how we do, you know. I mean, what you think?
I agree. Yeah, of course, I agree with that.
Okay, so what did he say? Yeah. I'm gonna give him some in a second.
So basically, she asked him what's wrong, and he says nothing's wrong. Okay, nothing's wrong. All right. So now, what you think it is? Nothing's wrong. What he's really meaning is he's saying what he means is nothing's wrong that I can't deal with alone. After a while, I will forget my problems and then be available for the relationship. So would you just ignore me for a little while and then I will be much more open and interested in you. I just need to shift gears and get back home. So he's saying all that. He's saying, look, nothing's wrong. All right. That's the short way of saying all of that. Mm-hmm. I got this. Nothing's wrong. Let me chill for a minute, and I'll deal with you. So he's not even saying that he's not going to deal with you. Right now, though, come on, shorty. Nothing's wrong. But instead, what she does here is...
she says, I can tell something's wrong. What is it? And what she means is, I know something is wrong, and if you don't talk, it will get worse. You need to talk. No, ladies, we need to talk. They don't need to talk, okay? And some ladies don't even need to talk. But, I think a lot of us do. But
and what happens right here?
What does he do?
He says nothing and just walks away.
And what does he mean?
Which means, I don't want to get mad at you, so I'm just walking away. After a while, I will be back, and I would not be mad at you for annoying me.
Right.
So he basically said, he done already told you nothing. That's fine. Nothing wrong. And it's more, fellas, you know how women can be, and you say, and you just walk away. You know what I'm saying? Because she's going to keep coming. No matter what you say, how short you say it.
But can't you see how we get on the wrong page? Yeah. She is totally thinking something else. Yeah. It would be so much more helpful if guys could say a little bit more. Like if you could say, it was fine, but you know what? I need a moment to chill out. Let's talk about it later. I'm going to tell you all about it later. Yeah. Couldn't he have said that from the beginning? Okay. And then, I'm just saying.
No, I agree with you.
I'm
totally
just saying. That all that dialogue would have been over. But, I think couples should establish that, when you first get home, what's your routine going to be? When you first get home, does he want to go chill out? I know when I get home, I don't feel like being bombarded with a whole bunch of nothing. I might feel like a man in that. I don't feel like having a whole bunch of questions thrown at me. I just want to chill the hell out for a second because I do a lot in a day. And when I get home, I want to just, can my brain just stop for a second? Because I think for a whole lot of folk in the midst of a day. And I do a lot of problem solving all day long. And when I get home, the last thing I want is a question, So I can kind of relate to how the guys feel because when they get home from a long day, they just want to chill the hell out for a second. So maybe you should make it a part of your routine.
Not to mention that they probably haven't really sorted it all out. Something like, I'm going to say experience, something for me, how sometimes we say I get quiet. Sometimes I'll get quiet because I don't know what to say. You know what I'm saying? But I know I better not say the wrong thing, which look like could be the case here. So she might be asking how did it go with your clients, and he haven't really deciphered all it. He hadn't processed it yet. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. It was all right.
Right. And you know what? Men and women are different in that way. Yeah. Women are we are ingrained to be multitaskers. Even though it is sometimes better to focus on one thing.
And it's annoying to men.
But our brain can do a whole lot. We can go here to there to there to there to there. We can be all over here. Our brain, so we have probably already processed our day. And they probably have to come home and then process their day. But we probably already processed ours in the moment. We done talked to somebody about it. We done released and all of that. By the time they get home, and now we just want to share, but they are different. Men are a little different than us, like a lot of men, when you ask them a question, they go, and then they answer. Right. Or they go, well, I'm going to have to think about that. Or they go, But if you ask a woman a question, she fire back an answer.
That's funny.
You ask a woman a question, bam, there go your answer right there. You know what I mean? So it's a difference, and some women might be like, and it's just the difference in human beings. We're all a little bit different. But so ladies, don't get mad because I used to get irritated when I would ask a dude a question and he always be like, what the hell you mean, He got to think about it. What the hell is there to think about? Either this or that. But then I had to learn. We all process differently. And I mean, we really, really do.
And that's what's great about this.
Yeah.
What's great about this is this right here, understanding this can avoid a possible argument and fight.
Exactly.
It really can. It becomes a fight, not even about the issue, but something much bigger that probably been growing.
Because he didn't even have no issue, but by the end of this little short conversation, he was like, if this chick don't stop asking me questions, I'm going to jump out the window. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
His nerves were plucked by the end of this 1 second
just
conversation.
And he just got in the door.
He feel like, damn, I just walked through the door and she hit me all up. That's how he taking it. And she probably thinks she all loving on him. Oh, I just care.
But fellas, I got it. I mean, you're right about that, but this is why we got to take note of that, fellas, as well, because I think about that song, and people say it all the time. You know that Cup song? What's the Cup? You know the Cup song? You ain't never seen it? It's a Cup song, and they do this with the cup, and there's two people in there. It's called "You're Gonna Miss Me When I'm Gone."
Oh, okay.
You gotta see that. You gotta see that video.
Okay.
It's a real, but it's called, I think it's called the Cup song. Is You're Gonna Miss, and that's the kind of thing that I think about in this scenario, fellas, that all that kind of stuff that she does and she greets you at the door and all that, none of us are promised tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And those be the kind of little things that you miss from a person that you really love.
Exactly.
So that's what I thought about in reading that.
Right.
To keep in mind, it may annoy you, but if she, and another reason, if she ain't asking and she don't care, that could mean something else as well.